Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio everybody. What is going on? It is Gale right here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. And today we are going to be checking out the Popstars live show battle gacha, and we're going to be doing a should you summon for them. We're going to be taking a look at both the LI's gacha banner as well as the Il Milione gacha banner, talking about all of these units, how good they are in this day and age, and along with that fact, we're going to talk about whether or not you should be summoning on this banner. Now, to be honest, I know that's a pretty easy answer on whether or not you should be summoning on this banner, considering what I've been saying over the last couple of days regarding this banner. But nonetheless, if you are planning on doing maybe, let's say, 2 multis on this banner, let's talk about whether or not it's even worth doing those 2 steps. Now, of course, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Memoria Freese content, and let me know in the comment section down below if you guys did do a couple of multis on this banner, what did you guys end up getting? And if you are hard saving, let me know how much your iris is at right now. We're getting closer and closer to the anniversary. The pre-anniversary is literally starting in 2 weeks time, so I understand if a lot of players are just hard skipping this banner, but I do know some of you guys are going for that collection purposes unit. So let me know if you guys managed to get one of these units and how did it go, how did the summons go if you did do like 2 multis on the banner. But yes, like I said earlier on, I've been telling people to not summon on this banner, even though some of these units are actually good and potentially will be usable come the anniversary. I feel like just generally with the anniversary being so close, I would generally recommend players not summon whatsoever on this banner. In fact, today in this video, at the end of this video, I'll only be doing the first step on both banners. I'm not even going to be doing the guaranteed step on either banner, to be quite honest. I'm just going to be spending 400 iris, and then it's just a hard save for the anniversary, to be honest. It's just a hard save for the anniversary. And I think most players should be doing pretty much the same, doing either the first step or the second step at most, getting that 4-star guaranteed and hightailing it out of there. It's not really worth going much more deeper than this. Now, I know that some of these units have received buffs. We've talked about it in the live stream, right? Lafia, Ahmed, and Philvis have gotten some decent buffs. I would say Ahmed got some of the best buffs I've seen in a while, to be quite honest. So I wouldn't really blame you guys for trying to go for Ahmed, especially if you're running like a stall team or something, right? But I have to keep your guys' concentration towards the anniversary. The anniversary is very, very close. So you guys need to be focused on that anniversary, to be honest. You guys need to be focused towards the anniversary. Now let's take a look at all 3 units. Now there is a reason why Ai's, Haruhime, and Lily didn't get any sort of buffs, because to be quite honest, they didn't require much to literally become the meta adventures and assists that they could become, to be quite honest. They didn't need that much. So I can see why they decided to kind of just not go for them. Because if you take a look at Eyes, right, she is a light physical attack type unit. If you look at her stats, they're not bad whatsoever. And if you take a look at what she's capable of doing, you'll understand what I mean by they don't require much to become meta units. Her special arts, the Rising Center, is Foe's ultra-light physical attack with temporary great strength boost and ultra critical rate, and P-Res minus 50% for 4 turns and removes P-Res buffs. Just tweak that a little bit, make it like 60% P-Res down and maybe like light res down, and she would be insane. She would genuinely be like insane in any situation, because she would be amazing as a unit that would debuff the enemy with her special arts, allowing units like the Hero Festa Bell or even Finn to deal amazing amounts of damage. Her first combat skill affinity is fast, strength, dexterity, and agility 35%, and she also gives herself light attack damage plus 100% for 3 turns. So she's first and foremost giving allies STR, dexterity, agility. If you buff that up, she'll go to 40%, and then furthermore she gives herself light attack damage plus 100% for 3 turns, which is crazy. Now the main thing about that first part is the affinity part is it's a fast ability, right? So the way you want to probably go about it, right, is you'll want to do Re-Li star, which is the second combat skill, and then go straight into the first skill, basically, where she'll buff herself up. That way she's doing what most turn 2 units would do, which is basically buff herself up and then use the additional action to deal a lot of damage, basically. So let's take a look at Re-Li Star and talk about why it's so strong. So her second skill is Foe's Highlight Physical Attack with Ultra Counter Rate and STR Magic and P-Res minus 30% for 4 turns and Self plus 3 actions of Low Light Physical Attack and removes damage reduction attack type all targets on foes. So first and foremost, she's reducing the P-Res and also the STR and magic of enemies, which is really nice. She's giving herself additional actions, which is a low light physical attack. So not amazing. I think if she did get a buff, I think she needed to jump up to medium at least. And also on top of that, she removes any sort of damage reduction which has AoE damage reductions on the enemies. If she removes any of that, which is really, really good in dealing more damage, basically countering stall effectively in that sort of situation. So you're going from Realize Star into this affinity skill, and because you're using the affinity skill to buff everybody up with the agility, it's a fast ability, mind you, right? It's a fast ability, it's a fast buff. That means everybody will be able to regain a agility buff if, let's say, on turn 1, here, let's say for on turn 1, Ryu, the anime gacha Ryu strips away your buffs. Second turn, what you can do with eyes is basically use affinity on turn 2 and boom, you've got everybody's agility buffs back up basically, because she will probably go first because of the fact that she's got a buff. Now this is assuming who you're facing, of course, and what you're dealing with, because opponents that also have buffs will probably go first, but in theory, because of the fact that she's got a buff, she will go first. So in that regard, she's still a very usable unit. All she needed was some tweaks, maybe a little bit of a higher agility stat, or a bit of a higher allies boost, maybe like around 40% potentially. And on the second skill, maybe going 40% down on STR Magic P-Res. Increasing the modifier from high to super and changing additional actions from low to medium, she'd be an amazing unit. She'd genuinely be an amazing unit, and she would probably be a meta unit, to be quite honest. Very easily, very easily she could be a meta unit. Now we take a look at Lafia. Now Lafia's changes were not drastic, to be quite honest. She didn't get any changes to her special arts, which was a AoE ultra water magic attack damage plus 40% per each magic and water attack damage buff skill, and ultra penetration rate and water res minus 60% for 3 turns. This is still not really that bad. Honestly, for PvE contents, it's actually pretty darn good. So that's something to bear in mind. Overflowing Love is now AoE fast high water magic attack with ultra and counter rate and removes counter rate and god rate buffs, so that's new. Beforehand, she never removed counter rate and god rate buffs, so that is completely new. She also gives allies magic and critical rate plus 50% for 4 turns. That has received a bit of a buff as well. Critical rate is new, and I think the turn count has gone up. I think the percentage of the magic has stayed the same. I don't remember the original changes. Let me see if I can pull it up on the translations from Jossie, because Jossie actually also has the translations, right? So let me just have a look and see. Yes. So originally there was critical rate and magic as well. Magic was 50%, critical rate was only 40%, and it was only for 2 turns. So now they've updated critical rate to 50%, and now it's 4 turns. The magic has stayed the same. Okay, that's good to note. The second skill is Redemption. Allies fast avoids KO times 1 only when HP is greater than 10%, removed when HP is less than 10%, and self agility, god rate, counter rate, and P-Res plus 70% for 4 turns, and 3 actions of mid-water with ultra on god rate and 35% charm on foes. So the 35% charm on foes is completely brand new. That is something that we haven't had. Along with that, the god rate, counter rate, and agility, as well as the P-Res, has gone up from 60% to 70%, and it's now 4 turns instead of 3 turns. And the counter rate and P-Res are completely new on that buff. Outside of that, the rest has stayed the same pretty much. Stellar Realize is a single target super water magic attack with temporary grade magic boost. So very simple there. I mean, Eyes is also the same. I didn't mention Eyes' single target skill, but that's also very straightforward. Eyes is a super light physical attack with temporary grade strength boost and ultra and god rate. Very simple skills. No major changes overall, but I do think they were decent changes for Lafia. Nothing too crazy. Ahmed, in my personal opinion, like I said, I think got the best buffs. She went from basically being SR and Magic minus 20% and Ally Sleep Res and Seal Res plus 100%, to STR and magic minus 25%, and sleep res and seal res plus 100%. Again, for war games, for a stall team, this is fantastic because you're basically countering any sort of ailment teams, and on top of that, you're basically the highest level of STR and magic down you can get in the game, because the only other one that has STR and magic minus 25%, I think, in this game right now is the Xenos Reverse Haruhime from a couple of months ago, from pretty much right after the last anniversary. So sometime in September, we got that unit. We got that Haruhime back in September. So getting a unit like this is nice. Now we have two non-time limited units that have STR and magic minus 25%, which is really nice, in all honesty, because then you can just use prism bonds and, you know, get them up to MLB if you need to, basically, for the stall team. So overall, this banner is good. I would say that in value sense, I would say in terms of the assist and everything, this is a really good banner. But I personally actually prefer this banner for a couple of reasons, in all honesty. I really do. I really do prefer this banner, even though the only unit that received a buff on this side is Filvis. So let's talk about Kitty Star Filvis Shala first and foremost. So she is a water magic type unit, just like Lafia. You kind of wanted to use both of them together. They kind of work together in tandem effectively. So if you take a look at the special arts for Filvis, Possum Revive, AoE Ultra Water Magic attack damage plus 40% per each self magic and water attack damage, buff skill, and ultra critical rate, and MRes minus 60% for 3 turns. You can see how they work together in tandem. Both have very similar skills when it comes to the special arts. The only difference is that one does water res down and the other one does MRes down. Otherwise, they are identical pretty much. Her first combat skill is Showdown Stage. Now, one thing to note is that Filvis received a buff on all 3 of her skills, right? All 3 of her skills received a buff. So Showdown Stage is an AoE fast high water magic attack with ultra and counter rate, and STR and magic minus 40%, and self god rate magic counter rate and MRes plus 70% for 4 turns, and 3 additional actions of mid water magic attack foes with ultra on god rate. That's it. Okay, I was about to say, the Elgato shut down and I was like, is there anything more that I missed? But no, Ultra and God Rate. So here the major changes were that basically from just doing magic and counter rate plus 60%, it's now magic, counter rate, agility, as well as, magic, counter rate, God Rate, and MRes plus 70%. That's what I meant to say. It's those 4 things now instead, and it's gone from basically being only 60% to 70% for 4 turns and no 3 turns basically. So that's something that changed. Her second skill is now Fan Service, allies fast penetration rate and water attack damage plus 50%, and foes water res minus 40% for 4 turns, and removes critical rate and penetration rate buffs. So the new thing on this kit is primarily that the penetration rate has gone from 40% to 50%, and she can now remove critical rate and penetration rate buffs basically. So that's the major change. Along with that, on her third skill, high water magic attack on a single target and damage to 200% plus 200% only when a target is inflicted with charm. So this is new. So instead of it being 150%, it's now 200%. So that is new. Along with that, I do know that her critical damage has gone from 20% to 40% on the passive skill. So that's also something that's pretty darn decent. Now, Haruhime hasn't received any buffs, and in my personal opinion, I can kind of see why. Foxy Star Sanjuno Haruhime is a fire physical type unit and is a single target fire physical unit. Foxylicious interaction on the special arts is a single target ultra fire physical attack, which increases damage by 40% per each target's god rate and P-res reduction skill, and ultra penetration rate and fire res minus 60% for 3 turns. She's still a very good option for players going for a fire physical PvE team, to be quite honest. You know, right now we have a good set of fire physical units when it comes to PvE content. We have the Anime Gacha Alize, we have Argo Vesta Bell, of course, or Argo Rabbit Bell from the anime as well. We have Conflagrant Scar Bet as well, right? And now we have this Haruhime as well. This Haruhime is the oldest of the 4, so if you are running a 3 DPS setup with 1 support, you'll probably drop her. But if you want to run a full fire physical team without any sort of support or anything of that sort, this physical Haruhime is probably the best option to go for. So yeah. Combat skill number 1, Sweet Bark, is self slow SCR and fire attack damage plus 70% for 4 turns, and foe status debuff plus 3 turns. that's really good in my personal opinion because she can extend status debuffs, which kind of helps her in that supportability role. Brush Fire is a single target fast mid physical attack with Ultra on God Rate and God Rate and P-Res minus 40% for 2 turns and 3 additional actions of mid-fire physical attack foe. And Wish Flame, her final skill, is a super physical attack damage plus 30% per each target's God rate and P-Res reduction skill with high penetration rate. You can tell that she's a little bit old because her final skill is only a maximum of 120%, unfortunately, right? In terms of the increase in damage, 30% per God rate and P-Res reduction skill. So 2 God rate downs and 2 P-Res downs is 4 reductions in total. 4 times 30, 120. So that's only 120, and her special arts is also only like 160. So there is that factor as well, but I think this is still more than fine, to be honest. Now let's take a look at Equine Star Lily Ruka. Now Lily Ruka, if she got a buff, would have been a must summon in my personal opinion. Allies penetration rate, water attack damage, and fire attack damage plus 20%. If that got a 5% increase, 100% a must summon, because as I've been saying for the longest time, I genuinely do believe that we are going to be getting water for the anniversary, and I think she's going to be fantastic for those anniversary units. In terms of the fire attack damage as well, that's really usable if you are running a fire physical setup, right, for PvE, or if you're running a fire magic setup as well with like Hero Festa Elise and stuff like that. She's also a good option for that team as well. So overall, she's a very multi-talented unit, and in all honesty, a unit that will probably see a lot of usage in the coming weeks and months, to be quite honest, potentially, assuming the anniversary is indeed water. So keep that in mind, of course, right? If you want, getting a copy of her isn't necessarily a bad idea, purely because it just gives you an avenue to use Prism Bonds in the future or get dupes via tickets potentially to then basically carry on to the anniversary or whatever it may be, and then you can easily MLB her, right? So that's something to bear in mind. Now, like I said, I'm only going to be doing one multi on both banners, 200 Iris Steps only, to be quite honest. I'm not going any further than that, and the only reason I'm even doing that is because of the content for you guys. So let's start off with the Allies banner. Let's see if we can get a 4-star of these, non-guaranteed steps. I doubt it, but, we'll see. To be honest, if I have to get a 4-star, I would prefer getting it from the Il Milione banner, to be quite honest. I would prefer to get Haruhime or Lily Ruka, to be quite honest, if I had to get one of the two. But so far, at least we haven't gotten a min roll on the Allies Gacha banner. Thankfully, no min rolls. We got 2 3-stars so far. That's a good chunk of Seros. Riveria as well, very nice. We will take we indeed to take those Seros. We will take those Seros counts, to be honest, because I'm gonna be using a lot of Seros in the coming months because of CP items and stuff. So I desperately need it. All right, so let's do the next. Let's do the Il Milione banner. Let's see what we get here. Let's go. We will take these. I wonder who it's gonna be. Please be Lily Ruka. I beg it's Lily. If it's Lily, it would be amazing. It would be just perfect. Please be Lily. Please be Lily. Smile for me. Yelp. I think it's Lily. No, it's Haruhime. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. I think that's +2 for me. I'll need to check, but I do think that's +2 Haruhime for me. I will still take it though. I will still take it. Would I have preferred Lily Ruka? Absolutely, but I will still take it. I think I skipped one single, but that's fine. At least we got a 4-star. We did get a 4-star in the video, which is perfect. Let me have a look and see where my Haruhime is right now. I love how the Lily Ruka is the one on the side, because it actually changes, by the way. It's not meant to be related to the video, to be honest. I was just surprised that I saw Lily Ruka on the left hand side on the screen. But let's see, where is she? Fire, Adventure, 4-star. Let's see, where is Haruhime? Oh, she's only level 60. Do I have... Yeah, oh, that's my first copy of Haruhime. Never mind then. I thought that was my second copy. Okay, I guess that's a dub still. My first copy of her, I will take it. I will take it. I want to check out where Lily Ruka is, actually. 1 second. Let me see. Assist, 4-star, regular. Yeah, let's have a look and see. She'll be down here somewhere. She will be down here somewhere. Yeah, she's +1. She's +1 and I have no dupes in her. So yeah, I would have preferred Lily for sure, but it's all right. It's all right. We take what we get. Let me know what you guys ended up getting in your multis, if you guys did do any multis whatsoever, or if you guys just skipped. Remember what I said, the anniversary is very, very close. You guys probably should be targeting the anniversary more so than this banner. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, remember to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Memoria Freese content. The game is also saying bye. It's been saying bye throughout this video, to be quite honest. But we will carry on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.